Welcome to the Millbrook Railroad, and today we are finally fixing some of the joints that we have had unfinished for about 8 years, 9 years. Like this one right here. We've got others. We're gonna attack a couple of them today. Alright, we've got 4 holes that line up. That's all that counts. Don't care which 4. And that's when I tighten it up and cover all the holes, all the other holes. Let's slide this around, make it work. There we go. Now I'm using 440 screws here and nylon lock nuts. This is small rail. This rail is only 5/8 of an inch deep from top of the rail to the bottom of the foot, or top of the head to the bottom of its foot. Well, let's see, I'm gonna have to turn this one around maybe not. Can't really get to that one very well, no matter what size I get to. These screws are in the way. The screws that hold the rail onto the tie are in the way on that one. But they're not in the way over here. So the reason I'm not staggering this is it doesn't really need it. The size loads we've got, the size train we've got, it doesn't exert the same kind of forces that a full-size railroad would exert on its rail. This is kind of the less exciting part of maintaining a little railway like this. Just working on little stuff like this. It's not exciting. It's not something that gets people a little happy that you've done it, but you will never regret having done it, having fixed rail joints like this. So that's why we do it. We don't often film it though. Usually I'm just out here working on stuff, but today I figured I'd let you in on some of the more mundane things we do here on the railroad. Let's get to the next one. It's going to be just as mundane as the last one, but a little better lighting. Now this joint here is one that I meant to do a long time ago, because I have the joint bars sitting here waiting for it. Those have been used before. I'm going to use them again. So let's put this joint together. First I got to figure out how it lines up with the holes in the joint bars, and it doesn't often line up. Like this rail, I'm going to have to re-drill both holes right here because it doesn't line up with the holes in the joint bars. So I only have to drill one rail this time, so that's a good thing. So let's just do that. All right, so we need one there. Make a mark. And we need one right there, and we'll make a mark there too. Okay, move that out of the way. Move some ballast out of the way. I know this one's going to be pretty simple, putting it together. I'll just put the nut on the back side here. Thread that on there if I can. I'll have to thread it on there. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to get the threads to start. It's just the way it is with these tiny screws. And I use these tiny screws because it's tiny rail. But the tiny rail handles everything I put it through. Or put through it. Either way. It's holding up. As long as I keep it well supported with ties. Now I've limited the axle loading of this railroad to 250 pounds per axle. 250 pounds per axle, by the way, with a 4-axle piece of equipment is, well, it's 250 times 4. I just realized I put all these nuts on without putting the other joint bar on, so now I've got to back them all off. So the loading gauge, or the axle loading, 250 pounds times 4 axles. So that gives you 1,000 pounds per 4-axle piece of equipment, which is pretty good. And most pieces of equipment in this scale is under that. Most diesels in this scale are, especially the big ones, they're about 800 pounds, 600 to 800 pounds. Some of the heavier ones may be 1,200. And those are the 6-axle ones. And that adds another 500 pounds with the extra axles. Another 500 pounds that the rail can handle because it's spread out over 2 more axles. So that's what 250 pounds per axle means. Now what the rail can actually handle, theoretically, is 475 pounds per wheel, which is more than twice what my artificial limit is set at. So this is that rail we flipped back in April, and you can see this side of the rail it's pretty rough shape. This other side, it's okay, but this rail here is worn a little more, so we're gonna kiss it with a file here. Just kind of get rid of the kink. A bit of a burr there. There we go. That is much better. It's actually acceptable right there. It's not too terrible a bump, and yeah, this end of the rail is pretty beat up, but it's still acceptable. So there we go. That's fixing those joints. Nice quick little video there for you. I know I haven't done one in a couple of weeks, so well, this one's a little bit low key, but at least to let you know I'm still here, I'm still doing stuff, and well, this is just a little side project to go along with the big project I'm in the middle of doing. So thanks for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please hit that thumbs up button, and if you'd like to see videos as we upload them and have discussions of things behind the scenes, join us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Millbrook Railroad, and enjoy the rest of your day.